Alright, so welcome again in this video. Video hii tizikamba zokhuzana ndi tikamba zokhuzana ndi HTML. Alright, komano video hii akhalapo atatu. Alright, so yoyambilira yomwe ili tikamba only zokhuzana ndi HTML. Right, video yachiwiri tizakamba zokhuzana ndi CSS. Pomwe video yachitatu tizapanga build website ya nthunthu kugwiritsa ntchito HTML ndi CSS. Right, so here's the outline. Right, so first of all tipanga VS Code installation, tipanga create an initial page, tipanga install pesticide, and then we'll go through some common HTML elements. Right, so before we start, I would really appreciate it mudadi mwabanga subscribe to this channel. Right, so to subscribe to a channel, it's very simple. Mungwene wapita ku YouTube, mukapita ku YouTube, search for my channel, the Chanko Tutor. Alright, mukaipeza channel, just click on subscribe right here. Just click on this button. You click on subscribe. Once you do that, now you are subscribed to my channel. I will really appreciate it if you do this, because this is a motivation for me to continue making more videos. If it's not giving you this option to subscribe, then it might be a problem with your Google account. So just make sure you're logged in with your Google account per browser one, and then you'll be able to subscribe. Without wasting time, so what is VS Code, right? So the VS Code is just like an editor, right? A text editor. Muganzire VS Code ngati mene alili Microsoft Word, right? One kuti Microsoft Word timalemberako zinthu zosiyana ngati ma essay, right? Nkhani, okay, timalembako ma text kumeneko ku Microsoft Word. So VS Code is an application ngati Microsoft Word, only kuti VS Code timalemberako ma program athu kapena timalembako code ku VS Code. Okay, so to get started with VS Code, simply go you will need to download VS Code, right? You need to download and install VS Code. So to download VS Code, go to your browser all right, so search for Visual Studio Code. All right, first page, click on it. After you click on the first page, click on user installer pamela 64 under Windows, right? So you click on that, and then your download will start. Okay, your download will automatically start. Komano ines ndi downloader for yoti namudownloada kale ndipo ndapanga kale install. Ndipo installation process yake siyoti yovuta ayi. Mukapanga izo downloader, mukachipanga double click chomwe cha mwapalizo downloadacho, which is the setup file ya VS Code. And then just follow the steps. Osasintha kale konse, just next. Okay, ikakupasani pena pake pakabwera pokuti mukhala ndi ma options okuti VS Code should be added ku open with, right? So pamabwera ma checkbox, just make sure kuti ma checkbox onse ndiopanga check. Alright, so mukamapanga install pamene mukumane ndi ma checkbox onse muzangoachonga. Ma checkbox kama khala ka box kokuti ukadabwanyamo kamachonga, muzangochonga chilichonse. After that you're done. You have Visual Studio Code in your PC. So let's create an initial page, right? Let's create an initial page. So what is HTML? All right, what is HTML? HTML ndi language yomwe timagwiritsa ntchito popangira create structure ya website yathu. All right, the backbone ya website yathu timapangira HTML. Okay, so tikamakamba za structure zili ngati kuti imagine munthu ufuna umange nyumba, right? Mufuna umange nyumba, zimapilala zija zimene ziyazo ndi ma structure, makomawa amene wande ma structure, right? Umatha upanga koma kuti okay, koma ili lichinge apa mbali ikhale sitting, mbali ikhale chipinda. Okay, those structures ndamene timachoti ma structure ya nyumba, makoma aja. Right? So ku HTML kapena ku website, ma structures timagwiritsa ntchito HTML. Right? Ma structures timagwiritsa ntchito HTML. So let's get started the HTML. To get started in HTML, so tizikhala more hands-on, Alright, this is more hands-on. So cause course in their practical, so we won't be talking too much. It will be more of coding and demonstrating. Okay, so let's create a new folder on the desktop, right? So I'll call it my project. Okay, let me open it. Call it my project. So first of all, tuyenera tipange create file yomwe mukhale our HTML code, momwe tilembemo website yathu, momwe tilembemo structure ya website yathu. Okay, so tipange create file. So you right click here, click on new. Okay, tipanga create text file. Okay, tapanga create text file. So hii in the extension ya .txt. Okay, so text file singakhale website hayi, tikuyenera timuziwise, tikuyenera kuti file yathu iziziwika kuti iyi ndi structure yachani ya website. Kuti iziziwika kuti ndi structure ya website kumayenera kumapeto kukhale .html. Okay, kumapeto tike .html, so extension yake ikhale .html. Kwa anthu amene extension sikuoneka chonchi, pite ku view, kena mukapange click pa file name extensions hapa. Mwaona ndikachosa sikuoneka extension ichi. So ndikapita view, ndikapanga click hapa, extension ichi abwera. Okay, so let's rename this. Tipange rename into index.html. Okay, so the extension ya .html yungoiziwisa kuti file yomwe tapangayi ndi HTML file. Okay, ndipo mmene mulowa code yomwe ipange create structure ya website. So tikamaliza kutere, let's open our index.html ku editor wathu uja amene tamudownload uja yemwe ali VS Code. So tipanga right click file uja, tipanga open with VS Code. Okay, ngati option palibe mukapita apa mukasankha open with VS Code. Ngati apaso palibe mukapanga choose another app and mukasankha VS Code. Okay, and then you press OK. Right, so tikatere tasegula VS Code wathu uja. Okay, tasegula VS Code wathu uja, specifically tasegula file yomwe tinayipanga create ku folder icha yomwe zina yake ili index.html. So file yathu ija ndi imeneyi. Tiyambepo kulemba code. Okay, so first of all, we'll type in this right here, doctype HTML, right? So tilemba statement yoyambirira imeneyi. Okay, and kuti doctype HTML. So pano statement imeneyi ikuziwisa kuti page yathuyi ndi HTML document. Komano ikuziwisa ndani? So mukumbukire kuti ma pages athu, ma web page athu kapena ma website athu amapanga run pa browser. Okay, amapanga run pa browser. Example ya browser ndi Chrome, Firefox, Opera ndi zinzake. Okay, ka Edge imeneyi ndi browser. So mukuyenera muziwe kuti file yathu izikapanga run pa browser. Ndi browser uja kuyenera kaziwe kuti file yomwe yabwerayi ndi website. Okay, file yabwerayi ndi website, si PDF kapena zinzake. Chifukwa if you have ever noticed, mukasegula PDF using browser imamusegula ndithu PDF uja bwinobwino kuti muwerengere. Right, komano website imene ndi text imene kuti ziwe kuti browser chakaziwe kuti imene ndi yani ndi website. Okay, so ku website kapena kunena kuti HTML ama use what we call ma elements and tags. Okay, ma elements and tags. Ma elements ni ma tags sizinthu zosiyana kwambiri kwenikweni. Okay, tikamanena element imakhala ngati, I can put it in other words, ngati container. Okay, think of an element ngati container. Okay, container yokuti imasunga zinthu. Okay, so imagine kuti ku HTML kuli ma container osiyana siyana, or to say kuti ku HTML kuli ma elements osiyana siyana. So basically container iliyonse imakhala ndi tanthauzo. For example tikonza kuti container ndi ya mpunga, container ndi ya sugar, container ndi ya yani ndi ya stock. Right? The same way timakhala ndi elements osiyana unayo kuti element iyi ndi ya chakuti, element iyi ndi ya chakuti, element iyi ndi ya chakuti. Right? So I will introduce these elements and tags. Okay? So continue with the structure. Structure ya website yathu imayamba ndi HTML element. Right? HTML element chicontainer chimenechi chachikulu kwambiri chomwe chikutchedwa kuti HTML. So tikapanga close tag, enter. Alright, so tapanga create chi HTML element. Okay, so element iyi okay imathandiza so kumuza browser uja kuti no website ikuyambira pamenepa tibe kuthera pamenepa. Kuyambira kwake imanena kuti kuyambira apa ndipo website yo ikukathera apa. Okay, so pano chichonse chomwe chikhale kunja kwa matag awiri awawa chikhala kuti sichigwirizana ndi website. Alright, okay. The next element yomwe imakhala pa structure ya website. So please mupange note kuti ma elements amene ndikuzana papawa ndi ma elements okuti amomo. Okay, ma default elements, ma elements okuti website ina iliyonse ikuyenera ikhale nawo ndi amene tikutani tikuzana pano. Okay, and I also talked about a tag. Tikamapanga za tag amayenda hand in hand ndi element. Okay, ma tags amakhala pawiri, opening tag ndi closing tag. So a combination of open tag and close tag forms an element. What I'm saying is this right here is an open tag, uyalapai ndi close tag amakhala ndi slash uyu. Alright, this whole thing here is an HTML element. I hope that makes sense. So tipitize kulongosola structure, default structure ya HTML document. Alright, so the next thing chomwe chimabwera the head element. Right, and timakhala so ndi body element. Right, so awa ni ma default elements. Right, so mu head element ndi momwe timapanga add zinthu zina zosiyana kapena ngakuti ma settings a website yathu. Okay, timapanga add ma properties a website yathu. Ma properties onse timapanga add mu heading. Okay, mu body element ndi momwe mumakhala chilichonse chomwe chimapangidwa display pa website ku browser wathu. Okay, so zinthu zomwe tizilemba mu body ndi zinthu zomwe zizikaoneka ku browser wathu. Okay, I will demonstrate soon enough. So every website must have a title. Okay, every website must have a title. For example, website yathu tikhoza kuitchula kuti, so title is also an element. Okay, tichula kuti sample website. Okay, sample website, tichula kuti sample website. Okay, so this is also another element, so keep note of the important elements. Right, this is also another element. So tikamanena kuti website, okay, imakhala ndi ma elements amenewa, structure yake ni imeneyi. Kuti kumene tateremu website yatheka. Okay, komano website yake ikhala blank chifukwa chokuti mu body mulibe kalikonse. Alright, so website inde ndi imeneyi, nanga tikaipange bwanji test. Okay, tingayipange bwanji test. Kupanga test website imeneyi it simply means ukaipanga run ku browser wathu. Okay, kuti tipange run website imeneyi ku browser wathu tipite ku folder kuja tinapanga create element ija, napanga create file kuja, and we open with our browser. Alright, so tipanga open with musankha Google Chrome kapena Microsoft Edge kapena browser wina aliyense amene mukufuna. Ine ndi user Google Chrome. Open with Google Chrome. So as you can see kungooneka chi white space chifukwa chokuti mu body muja palibe chomwe tayikamo. Alright, chifukwa choti mu body muja palibe chomwe tayikamo chifukwa kungooneka chani white space choncho. Mu body palibe chomwe tayikamo. And if you remember paja pene tinayika title paja. Okay, title, So this tag right here yanena kuti title imakabwera mwamba mo imakhala title ya website iyo. Okay, so that's what the title tag or the title element does. So let me go through the outline. So right here we have created an initial page. All right, so we'll jump this step for now. Let's go into some common HTML elements. Right, let's go into some common HTML elements. So the first element yomwe tikambirane the h1 element, right? The h1 element or the h element. So part of the h element is simply a header or a heading. Okay, so let's say website mwatu bange add heading. We add a heading using the h element. To demonstrate, let's use h1. Okay, these are element imeneyi. We add the open tag and closing tag. So mkati mwa element imeneyi tiyentike kuti heading number 1. Heading number 1. Save and let's refresh. Right, as you can see, this is heading number 1. I'm in the h1. Ndeso pano my heading amakhala posiyana-siyana, amachoka pa h1 ukafika pa h6. Let's just appreciate, right? Let's create my heading aja kuchokera pa h1 ukafika pa h6. Okay, so you make h2, h3, h4, h5, h6. So let's change these. H2, h3. So shortcut yomwe ndikupanga apa, mupanga double click pa element ija, mukapanga control ndi D imasankha the next element or the next text yomwe kufana ndi text yomwe panga select yo. So chimapanga compare ma text. So ndapanga double click apo panga select yo, ndapanga control D chonchi. Then mazapanga clear. Mene kala h4, control D, h5, control D, h6, and I click save and I refresh website which maone. So this is h1, this is h2, h3, h4 mpaka h6. Then my heading alipo mitundu imene, my heading alipo mitundu imene. Heading they move from h1 to h6. All right, so that's the heading. So the second element yomwe tikambirane the paragraph heading. All right, the paragraph heading. Paragraph heading timaigwisa ntchito popanga add paragraph. So I will remove some of the headings. Okay, so I'll do this. So zomwe ndapanga apa ndikupanga add comment. Okay, ndapanga apa ndikupanga add comment. Comment imatanthauza kuti code yomwe ili mu comment kapena each and every text yomwe ni mu comment simapanga execute, right, mu program mwathu. So for example apa ndipange refresh website ku apeza kuti text imene isitani sionekaso chifukwa chotani ndayipanga add mu comment. Okay, so kupanga create comment mangofunika use this element ndikukaseka with this element umakapanga create comment. Shortcut yopanga zimenezi ndikupanga select zinthu zomwe ufuna zipange comment izo ndikulemba control kenako ndi question mark chonchi ndachosa. Ndikapanga control ndi question mark chonchi ndapanga add comment. Right, so that's a comment. So let's add a paragraph. I'll add a paragraph right here. So I'll use sample text. Right, let me save and let me refresh. Paragraph ija ndi imene yaoneka. Right? So to add a paragraph, we use the p tag. Okay, so you add the open tag right here, and then you close the tag using a p with a slash, and then you add text yomwe mfuna kele paragraph yo mkati mwake. Okay, okay. Alright, so that's how you add a paragraph. I can also add another paragraph here if I wanted to with a p tag, write that, and I'll put sample text like that. Then click save, and I refresh in our website. There's the other paragraph. Okay, so that's how you add my paragraphs. And do you remember outline mwatu nakambamo an issue about pesticide? Okay, nakamba an issue about pesticide. This guy pesticide. Okay, let's install now pesticide. Pesticide amatithandiza kumationesa ma boundaries ama elements atu. Okay, amationesa ma boundaries kuti let's say h1 we boundary yake ndi. You appreciate when we install. So pesticide is an extension ya ku Chrome. I don't know ngati ma browser ena extension imene iliko. Ma browser ngati Edge ndena onse amene mukuuser. I don't know ngati iliko. Komano ku Chrome, this is how you download an extension. Okay, so you click on settings, click on more tools. You go to settings. Okay, go to settings. Go settings. We simply type. Okay, let's go to extensions right there, and you go to discover more extensions whatsoever. You go to the extension store. So you got the store, got maybe App Store, got maybe the Play Store. Come my extensions. So here, let me search for pesticide. Pesticide. Don't remember the spelling. Let's do pesticide. Right. Which one should we download? Then this extension inserts the pesticide CSS into the current page, outlining each element to better see placement. Okay, this one is the one. Mamona zoma jide pesticide. So let's add it to Chrome. Let's add the extension. Now the extension is added. So okay, let's go back to our website. This is our website. Let's minimize it. And when you go to my extensions kuja, ndukabanga click pa pesticide. We click apa mabanga expand all the extensions, and let's enable pesticide like that. Come on, where is it? Okay, let me try to close the browser and we'll open it. Let's close it. So okay, for some reason pesticide is not working. Pesticide is not working. Okay, so we'll come back to pesticide when we come back to CSS. We'll talk more about pesticide. Komano, in brief, pesticide amatithandiza kupanga create ma outlines mu ma elements atu. Okay, so continuing with the tags, right? So yeah, well, I think pesticide is not working because we are not doing CSS yet. I think it needs some CSS for it to work. But then anyways, continuing with our elements, we have done the H1 elements for the heading, and we have done the P element for the paragraphs, right? So what will be our next so our next element will be adding a list of items. Okay, so we'll add a list of items. So let's say for example website yakufuna pange list zinthu za zingapo zosiyana. How are you going to create a list? So we have got two types of list. We have an ordered list and an unordered list. Okay, a ordered list and a list that is not ordered. So let's start with the unordered list. For an unordered list, you use the tag UL. Okay, that stands for an unordered list. You click enter, right? So after you do that, that's the list. You now create what we call the list items. Okay, so we use the tag list li, right? Use the tag li, right? So this will be the first list item. So let's say the first list item will be shoe, right? The second list item will be, let's say, a bag. The third list item will be books, and the last list item will be pen. So if we save and we refresh, that's how you add a list item. Okay, so as you can see, the list is only having bullets because it is a list that is not ordered. It's an ordered list. Okay, so to create an ordered list, okay, a list which is ordered, we use the tag OL for ordered list, right? And we do the same as we did here. We add in the list items. For time's sake, I'll simply copy these list items. I'll simply copy and paste them down here. Okay. And we save. Right? Now let's refresh. Okay, so that's how you add a list. You add a list that is ordered. Okay, so as you can see, it's ordered. The first one is given a number 1, the second a number 2, 3, and 4, and we go on. So that's how you add a list that is ordered. Okay, the next element that we are going to look at is an element for adding links. Okay, so how can you add a link? Okay, to add a link, we use the anchor element. Okay, we use the anchor element. The anchor element is simply an A. Okay, so it's a tag that simply has an A and nothing else. All right, so let's add an anchor element right here. Add A like that. Okay, A. Right, so my VS Code is completing things for me. Okay, so it's completing things for me. If yours is not, it might mean that you don't have extensions. So to install extensions, go here and simply type in HTML. In here I don't have it. I don't have internet, right? So just type in HTML, and it will give you a list of extensions. So just click on the extension and read what it does, how it does what it does, and you install it. Okay. If yours that is not auto completing. Okay. So an anchor element. An anchor element, we first of all need to specify a placeholder, right? An anchor element. Okay, let me approach it this way. Anchor element the element yomwe timayikamo link. Okay, the element yoti ukaita bwanya imakupitisa kwina kwake. Okay, I don't know ngati mundimvesesa. Let's say for example uli pa website pena pake alimba kuti read more, ukatabwanya read more uja akupitisa ku website inayi. Okay, for example ifeyo tipange chonchi anchor element yathu ikhale kuti munthu akapanga click izimpitisa kuchani ku Facebook. Okay, munthu akapanga click izimpitisa ku Facebook. So anchor element yathu kadumu imatenga attribute yochedwa kuti href. Okay, href imatenga attribute imeneyi yomwe mkati mwake mutimayika link iyo komwe tifuna munthu akapanga click ipiteko. Okay, so ipite ku www.facebook.com and link yake ikhale kuti click here to go to Facebook, and we save and we refresh. Alright, so as you can see kwabwera linkage, and mukapanga hover pabwera kazanja kusonyeza kuti it's clickable. Okay, and if you see the bottom corner pakoneka kuti ikutionesa kuti ikutipitisa ku www.facebook.com. so basically munthu apanga click pamenepa izimpitisa kuti www.facebook.com. okay, for now I don't have internet, right? My internet is disconnected, that's why it's not working. But then yes, when you click here to take you to this link www.facebook.com. so this is how you add an anchor tag or a link. The next element that we'll talk about is how to add images. Okay, zitunzi tingapange bwanji add on our page. Kuti tipange add chitunzi, we use the img tag. Okay, so this is the img tag. So you open, press img, and you close. Right, that's the image tag. Apparently the image tag simakhala ndi okay, as I was saying, all right, the other tag is the image tag. Okay, so I've added an image ku folder yomwe kuli project kuja the image called cyber. Alright, so img tag imatenga ma attributes angapo, for example the src attribute yomwe which means the source or the source of the image. So tika // to mean kuti in the current folder, like folder yomwe muli index.html iyi muspite ku file zina lake cyber.jpg. Okay, kuli file zina lake cyber.jpg. Right, imatenga so attribute ina yochedwa out, which is text yomwe izapangidwe display in case takauti picture jasina load. Okay, so we carry a picture of cyber. Okay, and imatenga so attributes ena ngati width and height yomwe ili utalika kapena okay yomwe ili size ya picture yathu. Okay, width and height, size ya picture yathu, mulitali ndi mulifupi. I think yes. So you add width and height. Okay, so width and height imakhala in pixels. We can add, let's say width yake kale, let's say let's put 600 pixels. Kale 600 pixels. Right, 100 height yake kale, let's say 400 pixels. And let's save and let's refresh. Right, so there we go. We have added an image. So that's how you add an image. You use the img tag. Okay, you use this img tag to add an image. A tag which is self-closing, right? It's self-closing because yomwe imakhala open tag, yomwe imakhala close tag. And image tag imatenga ma attributes osiyana including ata 4 amenda iko. Okay, omwe ali src yomwe li source, auth, width and height. Okay, so so the next element that we are going to talk about is the table header. Okay, not the table header, but then how to add a table. Okay, how can we add a table on our website? Okay, so if I remember very well, that was 2023. This one was very examiner. Anafusa almost test 1 and test 2. Anafusa how amapereka question yokuti can you create a table using HTML. Okay, so kusemea anafusa wamaisura create a table using HTML, and inabwe pa test 1 and test 2. Okay, a lot of people failed. Command it was an easy thing. So nthawi zina matongo kupasaka table pamaiso pachongo kubwesa table ndikuza kuta right, create this table in what in HTML. Right, so here we are going to review how we can create this table. Right, we are going to write it in code koma ikabwera maiso let's say mu theory mucha amafuna olembe pa paper, so code yose we lembe pa paper. Okay, so now how do you create a table? Right, so table, there's a reason why I'm going to offer a table. For your table is not it is a bit complex. For your is my tags and gabo. Okay, command is something easy because my tags are so more straightforward. Okay, so to declare what we are now creating a table, we need to use the table tag. Sorry for this. Sorry guys, I received a phone call. Phone call good in the hand. Many I wouldn't have let this go. But then anyways, as I was saying, to create a table, we need to use the table tag, right? So we use the tag which is called table, this one right here. So by using the tag table, it means we are now starting to create a table. So this is just an empty table. It has no rows, it has no columns. So as you know, a table must have rows and columns, all right? So tikamathandi HTML, right? Row yoyambirira yenija yomwe makhala ma heading ija. Okay, timaichulabe kuti ndi row. Okay, pomwe tikapita lese ma origin ena like ku Word, ku Excel, line image amangoichula kuti line ya ma headers, samayiwerengera ngati kuti ndi row, right? Row amangowerengera after image ya ma headers acha. Okay, komano ku HTML kunoku image imakhala so row yapadera. So to create a row, use the tag tr. Okay, so tr simply means table row. Okay, so create a table row. There's our row. Okay, mkati mwa row mwatu row iyi ndo yambirira, ndi row yambirira makhala ma headers, right? loyambira makama header. So low yatu ikhala ndi we use a tag which we call th, right? It states that this is a table header. Okay, so the first one will be Monday. Okay, so these are our headers. First header Monday, th, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday. Okay, Wednesday. Okay, this one is a crazy one, right? Okay, I don't know if this spelling is correct. But anyways, I'm pretty sure you have the idea, right? If the spelling is wrong, you correct it. If the spelling is wrong, you correct it. But then the whole idea is that we're creating Monday, Tuesday. We're creating Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, right? So this is our table header. Let's save it and refresh so we can see how it's coming out. Okay. So as you can see, this is how it's coming out. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. All right. So let's create a new row, table row. Okay. So let's say Monday, we'll have hello. Okay, I forgot another tag for an element or a cell. Okay, for a cell we use td. Okay, so we use the tag td to represent like my table cells. Okay, so we use td for table cells, or you can call them table data, right? So it will be hello. The second table data will be hi. The last table data will be okay. So if you save and you refresh, okay, so you can see that now our table has the records. Okay, we have created a row successfully. Okay, we have created the row. Okay, we can also go along. We can also create more rows. For example, let's just copy this and paste. Let's copy this and paste it. Okay. So as you can see, let me refresh. As you can see, we have added more elements in our table. Okay, so what's going on here is that we are not having my boundaries aja, my line or our table aja, tilibe my line aja, we don't have css. Okay, situkupanga style, we're just creating a structure. Komano my lines aja tizapanga later on using what? A structure, using css. Right, using css. So this is how you can create a table. So I'll create another table, because a table is one of the important tags, okay, that are used to HTML and CSS. Okay, so we'll create another table. So let's do the table tag. We'll have a table row, right? Inside the table row we'll have table headers. So the first header, we'll give it Saturday. And we can have a blank table header also. Okay, that means we'll have a blank cell. Okay, we can also add another heading as let's say Sunday. Okay, so from there we can create a row, a table row. Inside the table row we can have also a table header, right? We can also have a table header, and we can call it something like tickets. Okay, tickets. Let's say you're creating a table for a movie theater. Okay, so you can say let's say table data. We sold like Monday, Saturday we sold 50 tickets. We sold 60 tickets. and Sunday we sold, let's say, 70 tickets. Okay, so that's the table header, and we can also create another record to store, let's say, oh, sorry for that, so I placed a wrong button. Okay, so we can also create so I've just copied and pasted the row above. I'll call this one total sales. Call this 600 maikwacha. This one will cost 700 maikwacha. And if I save and refresh, you can see that now I have a table in a different format. A table in a different format. Okay, so this is how you can actually add tables. So I would like you to actually keep this in your mind. All right, keep this in your mind and actually digest how we are creating tables. So technically all you need is the table tag, the table row, the table header, and you need the table data. That's all you need to create a table. All right, so with these remarks, I think this should be the end of the video. Right, so this will be the end of the video. So far we have done the default structure of an HTML document, right? As you can see, we have installed VS Code, okay, and we have done a few HTML elements like the H1, P, and the likes, okay. So as you can see, the website is not really looking pretty, okay. It's not looking pretty as it might look, but then everything else will be fixed with CSS. Okay, so we'll go to CSS later on, and in the next video, that is, we'll do more of CSS, that is giving the page a more modern look, right? Beautifying the page. So we'll do that with CSS, but as of now, well, this is HTML. And the last words that I can leave with you is that coding courses are more about practice. All right, you need to practice more than you read. Okay, zofunika practice. So practice yomwe mungamapanga apa ndikuti go out there and see how many other tags are there. Okay, because apasineke matags onse sitingakwanise kwayika in one video. Okay, otherwise ndipeza kuti apanga video mwini ya 5 hours yongolimbana ndi matags, komano matags ofunikira kwambiri ndi amene wawo amene amagwiritsidwa ntchito pafupi ndi amenewo. So as we go along, ndizikhala ndikumaonjezeranso matag ena. For example, video ya part 2 ndizapanga create so HTML document ina yomwe ndizapange add matag ena ndi enanso onjezera. So as we go through, tizikhala tikuonjeza matag. Okay, so to conclude everything else, okay, the final tag which was applies for those who have watched the video until the end is the div tag. Okay, so the div tag imakhala tag yomwe ili ya universal. Okay, so div tag ilibe meaning ina iliyonse. Okay, div tag chimakhala chi container choti cha universal. Let's say kungoyika chi container china yapena pake choti container iyi mkozo mangoyika zizonse zomwe mukufuna. That's a div tag or a div element. Mu div element umatoyikamo text, ukozoyikamo ma image, ukozoyikamo table, mu div ukozoyikamo chilichonse. Right, so div is the universal as one says. All right, so with these few remarks, okay, let me end the video and we'll meet in the part 2. Also, if you are looking forward to the part 2, please add in the comments, right, if I should create a part 2 of the video, or if you already know CSS not in the bobo also setting up part 2. But anyways, now I go.